So turning 29 this year and genuinely don't know what I'm doing with the rest of my life. But I recently kind of came through a conversation naturally that has made me question a lot and think a lot and help me set decisions in place off the back of the result of that conversation. So for those who don't know, I am currently working in sales. I work for a basic salary of 25k plus bonus. It means I'm minimum making 30k for the next year. Well, 6 months now. That I'll be guaranteed to be bringing home 30k per month, per year, not after tax, whatever that is. Anyway, long story short, I've been looking for a bigger salary role, and I've been looking to go from as a salesperson to in mid management. I've done the work. I've been in the position. I've trained people. I've done reports. I've done the work for a long time. 3 years in total, across multiple roles. However, I've been really struggling to land this role. Really struggling. The amount of applications I'm putting out, and the CVs always get rejected, so on and so forth. And then I finally decided, look, I just want a bigger salary. I'm really in it for the money. As much as I enjoy the coaching side of things, which I really do, I just want more money. I feel like 30k for what I've got to deal with, like my bills and my debt and all this kind of stuff. 30k is going to take me too long to clear off my debt unless I'm making extra money, or it's going to just piss me off because I'm not making enough, right? For this current situation. So start looking at just sales roles with a higher basic salary. And I got an interview for one, a final stage interview, which I had on Friday, a couple of days ago. Today's Sunday. And got to the interview. It's just a very honest conversation between me and the guy. And he straight up said to me, after the interview, straight up said to me, he went, "You can do the job. I've got no question that you can do the job. And I know I can do the job. Right? I'm very good. I've made a lot of money in sales. I'm having a tough time with sales because I find it quite boring at the moment and it's not really where my heart's at, but I know I can do it. That's why I'm in the position that I'm in." However, he went, "I know you can do the job, but your CV is a fucking mess." And he said those words. And I went, mind you, we've been having a very candid conversation, very honest conversation. So I wasn't surprised. It's not offensive. He wasn't trying to offend me in any way. He went, "Your CV's a mess because you've been jumping around. You've never stuck anything out. I don't think you're resilient enough to build a career." And in my head, I went, he's fucking spot on. He's spot on. I chase the money. Wherever the higher salary is, I will go. As long as I can make more money, I'll go. There's certain higher salary jobs that I've rejected because their OTEs, the commissions earnings, were lower than what I could achieve here. So I've stayed where I've been and I've left where I've been. And he's 100% correct. And he went, "I don't trust that you're going to stick it out in this thing because you don't care about where you work. You just chase the money." And I went, "I bet you've run a business." And I went, I have. In 2020 to 2022, I ran a clothing business that made a decent amount of money. It wasn't life-changing money. It was just a decent amount. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I've always wanted to go back into that stuff. Again, believe it or not, I wear all black now, but I used to run a clothing business called Powerhouse. It's still available on Instagram. No clothes are available, but you can see the history of it. Anyway, did pretty well, especially on Facebook. Forget that. However, after that conversation, I came home and I spoke about one of my friends, who's in a really, really good position. She makes a lot of money. She's worked her ass off. She's built a career that now wherever she goes, she will get bread, right? Which is cool. That's dope as fuck. And I was speaking to her about it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'd hire you," but I was like, "Don't really count. You know me. These people don't know me. So when you take it like that, it is a mess. My CV's a mess." And I was saying to her, I was like, I almost don't want to take this job now. Like if they offer it to me, I don't want to take it because there's not enough money for me to stop searching. Right? It's never going to be enough money for me to stop searching. There is no amount of money that a job can pay me that will stop me from searching for more money. Right? Like I can go and get a 50k job tomorrow in 6 months time. Now that I know that I've got a 50k job, I will believe I can go get a 60k job. So I will start looking at 60 and I will jump as soon as 60k is on the table. Right? Is that kind of way I chase it. But however, I have dreams, I have goals, and I've seen things that have showed me that what I want out of my life doesn't have to come through a career. And now I am more focused and more set on my targets than I've ever been before. And here's why. Off the back of that conversation I had with him, when he told me your CV's a mess, you're never going to get a middle management job with this CV, you need to go and put in the time. I don't have the time. I don't want the time to do that, because here's the maths of it, right? 30k a year in the UK after tax before student loans gets you just under £2,100 a month after tax, right? That's how much comes into your bank. 40k after the same situation after tax brings you just under £2,700, £2,700. So for a 10k pay rise, right? Now, not many people, especially in the UK, can jump for a promotion from 30 to 40k. Very rarely. And in my sales roles that I've worked at, and the team leaders, they're maybe jumping 6 or 7k, not 10, and you're getting £600 more. And the amount of time it takes to get that promotion, the amount of work that it takes to make £600 more, I'm not doing that. I refuse. Because I can just go work in a bar for £600, and that's much easier work. There's people that are posting videos every day about their Marvel Rivals clips and making £600. There's people that are reacting to other videos on YouTube like they would normally when they're scrolling through TikTok or Instagram, that are getting paid more than £600 a month. So I refuse to do that. So putting that in my mind, having that conversation, having that clarity has now set me on a path which I'm just going to chase for the rest of my life, which is to build up something of my own. And I'm going to do that with the 3 things that I care about. I care about helping people, right? I care about helping people, especially with their confidence and grief, right? I'm not the best at it. I haven't done any sort of studies or anything like that, but I will do my best to help people because it makes me feel good, right? And I understand where it is to not feel confident. I understand where it is to not understand grief. So I'm going to help you with that. And 2, games. I fucking love gaming. I love gaming every second of every single day, right? When I'm off work, I wake up earlier to jump on a game than I do when I need to go to work. Otherwise, it will cost me my job. I will roll out of bed at the very last second. This morning when I woke up and I went, I'm going to talk about the things. To hopefully someone's going to come and resonate with this message and get the same kind of confidence I'm feeling. I rolled out of bed. I woke up at 7. I rolled out of bed at 7:01. I was like, it's time for me to do stuff. It's time for me to do what I want to do. So I'm sitting here and I'm doing it because, I'm not going to lie, I have the evidence that I've been able to do what I want to do and I'm good at what I do. I have a house in London on my ones. I live by myself. I pay all my bills by myself. I get to go out when I work. I go see my friends. I go eat, all this kind of stuff, right? I'm able to do it. I've made good money in sales. I've made good money in my life, right? So I can go and do it, right? It's not that it's impossible for me to do. So I'm just going to go and do it. So here's how I'm now focused. I know what I want. Help people. I know what I want to do to have fun. Game. I'm going to skip this middle finger. I know how I've got to get there. Post and be consistent and put myself out there and study. And now that's what I'm doing. So if I do get offered that job, because he still said he'll get back to me. He's deciding, the guy from the interview still said he's deciding about if he's going to take the risk about giving me the role. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to stay where I am, where I can make more commission. It's not big enough of a pay rise for me to jump, to leave. And it's not going to stop me from looking. So I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to focus on where I'm working at now. I'm going to focus on trying to build up the money outside of work. And that is going to be me. And the other part that I'm doing is setting myself the tasks that I know will get me there. It's a formula. Research to create the inputs to create the outputs to get the income. The outcome, sorry. Right? Research. I'm going to pay attention to the 3 things that I want to do in life. Is I want to look good, I want to be healthy, and I want to have money. Right? So that's fitness, that's like bodily care, diet, all that kind of stuff, and that's get money. Right? So, right, simple. Now, how do I look good? Gym, grooming, skincare, right? That's the things that I'm going to focus on from now on that I haven't really focused on before. Or I've been too focused about other things to prioritize this. So, gym, simple. Really? Go to the gym 3-4 times a week, eat in a calorie deficit, make sure I'm exercising every day in some form of manner, either through walking, I've got a bike, and I've got my pull up bar. Right? Gonna get a heavy bag next. 2, healthy. Be healthy. Eat right, eat fruit, eat veg, try and stay away from sugar and unhealthy snacks, and don't binge eat. Right? 3, get money. I want to post on YouTube, post my gaming stuff, and do this stuff. I want to help people. I'm going to learn how to help people one-to-one basis, right? I'm going to help you through your grief, try and help you with your confidence. I've done that in my career as a sales coach. I've helped with confidence. That's how I target salespeople. That's how I help salespeople. It's all about confidence, right? Anyway, that's for another video. And I'm just going to work on those outputs. I'm just going to keep doing the thing that I know works. I'm going to keep eating in a calorie deficit. I'm going to keep avoiding sugary snacks. I'm going to keep eating veg and fruit in the mornings. I'm going to keep having my healthy yogurts. And I'm going to keep posting, and I'm going to keep learning, and I'm going to keep posting, and I'm going to keep making the clips. I'm going to keep talking and putting myself out there, because that's what I need to do. I need to just post, right? And it's gonna click as long as I learn and I apply learning to all of this stuff. As long as I apply learning and reflection and feedback, then I'll get there. I don't care what exactly is that looks like, because I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And it goes back to my other video. Detach from the outcome. I'm going to get it. Just stick to the formula. Stick to the formula. It's gonna work. It might sound boring. It might be difficult, but this is what you want to do, right? And that's it. So confused, yeah, but having a conversation has just enlightened me to knowing what I want to do, and how exactly I'm going to go about fixing it. And you guys will watch along, I guess.